However difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. Work gives you meaning and purpose, and life is empty without it. There is no unique picture of reality. Women. They are a complete mystery. Life would be tragic if it weren't funny. Look up at the stars and not down at your feet. Try to make sense of what you see, and wonder about what makes the universe exist. Be curious. We are all now connected by the internet, like neurons in a giant brain. Success in creating AI would be the biggest event in human history. Unfortunately, it might also be the last, unless we learn how to avoid the risks. Science is not only a disciple of reason but also one of romance and passion. The past, like the future, is indefinite and exists only as a spectrum of possibilities. When one's expectations are reduced to zero, one really appreciates everything one does have. Scientists have become the bearers of the torch of discovery in our quest for knowledge. People who boast about their IQ are losers. We only have to look at ourselves to see how intelligent life might develop into something we wouldn't want to meet. One can't predict the weather more than a few days in advance. If you understand the universe, you control it, in a way. We are the product of quantum fluctuations in the very early universe. The missing link in cosmology is the nature of dark matter and dark energy. Because there is a law such as gravity, the universe can and will create itself from nothing. Earth might one day soon resemble the planet Venus. What I'd really like to control is not machines, but people. It is not clear that intelligence has any long-term survival value. The human race may be the only intelligent beings in the galaxy. No one can resist the idea of a crippled genius. The cyclic universe theory predicts no gravitational waves from the early universe. Science can lift people out of poverty and cure disease. That, in turn, will reduce civil unrest. There are too many accidents that can befall life on a single planet. To confine our attention to terrestrial matters would be to limit the human spirit. Imaginary time is a new dimension, at right angles to ordinary, real time. We should seek the greatest value of our action. There is no heaven or afterlife for broken-down computers. That is a fairy story for people afraid of the dark. There are grounds for cautious optimism that we may now be near the end of the search for the ultimate laws of nature. Why are we here? Where do we come from? Traditionally, these are questions for philosophy, but philosophy is dead. There is nothing bigger or older than the universe. Even if it turns out that time travel is impossible, it is important that we understand why it is impossible. Theoretical physics is one of the few fields in which being disabled is no handicap, it is all in the mind. It's a pity that nobody has found an exploding black hole. If they had, I would have won a Nobel Prize. Observations indicate that the universe is expanding at an ever-increasing rate. It will expand forever, getting emptier and darker. It now appears that the way the universe began can indeed be determined, using imaginary time. Many people find the universe confusing. It's not. Before we understand science, it is natural to believe that God created the universe. a zero-gravity flight is a first step towards space travel. It is extremely important to me to write for children. There are no black holes in the sense of regimes from which light can't escape to infinity. Exploration by real people inspires us. There's no way to remove the observer, us, from our perceptions of the world. Computers double their performance every month. M-theory is the unified theory Einstein was hoping to find. All my adult life people have been helping me. Science is increasingly answering questions that used to be the province of religion. Philosophers have not kept up with modern developments in science, particularly physics. Time travel was once considered scientific heresy, and I used to avoid talking about it for fear of being labeled a crank. Most people don't have time to master the very mathematical details of theoretical physics. Only black holes of very low mass would emit a significant amount of radiation. People won't have time for you if you are always angry or complaining.